So in this video, I'm going to show you the easy way. I'm going to show you how to make money with this comp plan without having a list. I'm going to show you how to make money. I'm going to show you how to get more money without having a list, okay? So you excited about that? So here's how the comp plan came to be. I'd been marketing online for a while. I started blogging. So we have a blog network, of course, here at Empower. It's our first product, right? I started blogging online. I started doing presentations. I started doing webinar presentations. And I started sponsoring 2 people a day in my business. Now, at first, when people hear you sponsor 2 people a day, okay, they hear that and they say, oh, God, that's like this huge amount of people to sponsor. In reality, it's a lot easier than sponsoring 2 a month. If you understand the numbers, you understand how it works, you understand how to pay for advertising, you understand some of the stuff we teach in a generic form in our products. This stuff is super easy, okay? I started sponsoring 2 people a day without picking up the phone. And after like a year and a half or 2 years of doing that, I was making $40,000 a month, which is still, after 90 days I made that much, and then I made that much like a year and a half later, and I was like, man, my income is stuck. And then I looked at how I was making money. And the reality is that what I was getting paid was, 20%, I don't know if you could see this very well, 30% commissions, maybe 40% commissions here and there, maybe 50% on one level on a hot deal. It just wasn't a lot of money. So the reality was the amount of money that I was getting for my work was minuscule, okay? And I had a problem, and my problem was this. I've been like this superstar producer. Now, I know I look all crazy and things like this, but people just want to buy stuff when I talk. People just want to join things. And there's a reason for that. It's because I've done thousands of presentations. I've been doing network marketing off and on since before 2009. It's just I've done thousands of hotel presentations and home meetings and things like this, and so I know how to get people to buy stuff. So I was super compelling and charismatic in these things, and I was only making $30,000, $40,000 a month, doing the work of somebody making, $250,000 a month, which is, about what we do now as affiliates here. And I was just like, man, this is just not an amount of money. What about the part-time people? So I had all these part-time people in my group. They could never make the money they were worth. And I had full-time people. They were full-time. They were superstars. They were producers. They were only making $10,000 and $20,000 a month. And I looked at that and I said, this is how the comp plan came to be. I looked at that and I said, how can I get myself doing the same thing I'm doing now, which is getting 2 people a day, rather than making $30,000 a month, making $250,000? And how could I get the guys making $10,000 making $50,000? And how can I get the guys making $2,500 making $10,000 or $15,000 without actually doing anything more? Okay? And I thought of this idea where what if I built a company where the people could actually out-earn me? What if I built a company where the people could actually out-earn me? What if I created the company where you could come in and you could just decide to join, you could just decide to get in, and when you got in and you actually outperformed me, what if you could actually make more than I could? Definitions. Let's go over some things. There's a few things you need to understand the comp plan. Number 1, you need to understand what a power line is. Okay, I'm going to talk about that in a second. Number 2, you need to understand what our e-wallet is, or you're going to get confused. Okay. Number 3, you need to understand what a merchant account is. Okay. And that's basically it. Once we go through this, I can explain how the comp plan works. Okay. So let me explain how a power line works. This is how a power line works. Okay. Number 1. We've got you here, okay? And when you get an Empower Network and you pay for one of our products, okay, whatever the product is, you are going to be connected to a particular sponsor on that product. So let's say you're paying for the blog. The blog is $25 a month. It's one of our products. Well, you are going to be paying somebody $25 a month. We pay 100% commissions. Okay, it's why we're one of the unique companies out there. We have very low margins as a company. We keep things very, very lean at corporate, and the reason is because we want to help you make as much money as possible. So you're going to be paying this $25 a month to whoever your power line sponsor is. Now, it might not be the person who referred you in. Okay, it might be somebody 10 levels above them. I'll get into how that works in a minute. Here's the important thing to understand. You're going to have what's called a power line sponsor on that blog. Okay? Now, every pass-up you have, I'm going to explain what pass-ups are in a second. Actually, that should go in the definitions, pass-ups. Okay, every pass-up you have, I'll explain what that means in a minute. Every pass-up you create is going to go to this power line sponsor. Okay? Similarly, when you sponsor somebody that's connected to you, they're going to be paying you $25 a month. Now, every pass up this person creates, this person is in your power line, is going to go to you. In addition, these people will be paying you $25 a month, these people paying you $25 a month, this person referred them. In addition, these people's pass ups are going to be connected to you. In addition, these people's pass ups are going to be connected to you. And this will go unlimited levels of referrals as far down as it goes. Okay? That make sense? Sort of makes sense. That's what a power line is. What a power line is that when somebody is connected to you on a particular product, the pass-ups from that product also go to you. Those people's pass-ups on those products also go to you. Okay? Unlimited levels down. That's what a power line is. Okay? That's what a power line is. Now, let's actually just get right into pass-ups because it makes more sense to explain pass-ups right now that I've explained the power lines. What's a pass-up? Well, we pay 100% commissions somewhere in our comp plan. Okay? So you might refer a sale and the commission might come to you. You might refer another sale and it will go to your power line sponsor. The sale for that product is always going to go for your power line sponsor if it's a pass-up. Here's how our pass-up system works. Very important to understand. We pass up sales 2, 4, 6, and then every 5th. Okay? Which means, let's say you refer the blog. It's $25 a month. You keep the first one. Okay? So you make sale 1. You keep it. Sale 2. That goes up in the power line. Sale 3. You keep it. Sale 4 passes up in the power line. 2, 4, 6, and every 5th sale. Everybody in Empower Network passes up those sales. When we say we're making $250,000 a month, as the owners of the company, as affiliates, it means we actually are participating in the affiliate compensation plan. We actually pass sales up to the company. We're still making $250,000 a month from this comp plan. So I just want to make sure that you guys understand that. Okay, that's how we're making money as affiliates. Okay, we're actually participating exactly like we tell you to do. Now, very important second part to understand on the pass-ups. Okay, very important thing. This goes in the order of the product sold, right? So a person might pass up on one product, and they might not pass up on another product. Let me explain a situation where this could work. Let's say this is your first sale of the blog. We have 4 products. I'll explain what the products are in a second as well. But they don't buy anything else. They don't buy any more products. So you don't have to buy all the products here at Empower Network. You might be a weenie. You might be a wussy, and you might not want to get all in. It's okay. If you don't want to buy everything, it's fine with me. However, the second person that comes in, remember, they passed up the blog. However, let's say this person paid for a product called the Inner Circle, which is $100 a month. This person would be your first sale of the Inner Circle. Your first sale of the Inner Circle. So even though they passed up on the 25, they would be connected to you on the 100 a month. In addition, even though they'd be passing up the whole power line of the 25, right? The whole power line of the 25 would pass up. The whole power line of the $100 a month would be connected to you, meaning this person, even though they're passing up all the $25 sales, it means as they refer people and they purchase that product, their second, their 4th, and their 6th, and every 5th sale of the $100 product will pass to you. In addition, those people's 2nd, 4th, 6th, and every 5th sale will pass to you. Here's the next thing I want to cover real quick. We have an affiliate fee. It's required here. It's $19.95 a month, and it's non-commissionable. Somebody is not an affiliate unless they pay that fee, okay? So somebody is not going to be passing you sales in a comp plan unless they're paying the fee, because you're not an affiliate if you're not paying the fee. Now, you might be paying for a product, but if you're not paying the fee, you can't actually earn commissions. This is non-commissionable because we can't pay commissions on recruiting. It's FTC regulations and things like this. Now, the other thing I wanted to point out is that some people get paid by us and some people get paid via their own merchant account. Okay? Their own merchant account. We have that option here at Empower Network. Now, we don't offer a merchant service provider. However, you can get paid through your own merchant account. Now, the people who get paid through their own merchant account, they're going to get paid whenever their merchant pays them. It could be daily. It could be every other day. It could be every 3 days. The people that get paid by us get paid once a week. Okay? Very important to understand, because sometimes people make videos and they say I'm getting commissions daily and things like this. Empower Network, when we pay, because we pay people all over the world in 170 countries, when we pay people, We pay people every single week, and there's about a 2-week delay, and then the commissions come weekly. And when we pay into something called an e-wallet, and you can withdraw it in 170 different countries and all sorts of different mediums, depending on how you became involved and how you decide to get in Power Network and where you are in the world. If you have your own merchant account, you want to use your own merchant account, you're welcome to do that. However, we don't encourage it. We encourage people to do things in the simplest way possible. So sometimes people are saying that you're not required to get a merchant account if you're paying the affiliate fee. It's all that's required to participate in our compensation plan. Make sense? Okay. First of all, there's an affiliate fee of $19.95 required to participate in the comp plan. If you're not paying this fee, you can't earn commissions. It's just in our terms and conditions, okay? It's non-commissionable. It's the only non-commissionable thing we have. Funny, we actually launched without this fee, and we found the company grew so big, we couldn't sustain the growth of the company. We were paying for the company out of our own affiliate commissions, and our affiliates were out earning us because we couldn't actually make money. So this actually pays for the infrastructure. We have like, I think, 35 or 45 full-time employees that fee pays for. We have an overhead in Power Network of a couple $100,000 a month. Okay, $19.95. Now, that's not a product. This is an affiliate fee required to participate to maintain the infrastructure. Now, our products. We have a $25 a month product. This is a blogging system. Now, the purpose of this video is not to describe the products. The purpose of this video is to describe the comp plan. So I'm just going to say what they are and move on. Okay? You can learn about the products on the Products tab if you want to learn about the products. Here's about the comp plan. Okay? And understand, our comp plan is only for selling products, not for recruiting, because you don't get paid on the fee. Right? $100 a month. This is a product called the Inner Circle. Okay? So worth it. Not even going to talk about what it is. It's $100 a month. It's required to understand the comp plan. Okay? Next product, $500 one time. Okay? The rest of them are one time. Next product is $1,000 one time. Next product is $3,500 one time. Very important on this product. This is our only product that's not 100% commissionable. There's infrastructure costs on that product. And so we take an affiliate fee on that product of $500, and there's a $3,000 split that goes to the referring affiliate. So that product, instead of having a $3,500 commission, that product has a $3,000 commission. Okay? And the $1,000 product has a $1,000 commission. The rest of these, of course, it's what the product costs. So this one pays you $25 a month. This one pays you $100 a month. This one pays you $500 one time. This one pays you $1,000 one time. This one pays you $3,000 one time. Now, very important to understand also, okay, if you're getting paid through us, we subtract our merchant fees from your commission payments. And sometimes people are saying, hey, I thought it was 100% commissions. Well, it is. It's like a normal business, okay? If you have your own merchant account you're going to find has fees, okay? They're going to deduct a percentage. They're going to deduct a per transaction amount. And they're going to, if there's any weird thing going on, that you're going to get fines and stuff like that from a merchant account. That's a merchant account. This is running a business. And Power Network's a little bit different because it's actually significantly more like owning your own business. You're actually controlling your own paycheck. You're actually writing your own paycheck here because you're getting the money directly. However, okay, we could not sustain paying you more than we're taking in. So on a product, there's fees deducted from each thing, so we pay you the commission minus whatever the fee is that's taken out from our own merchant account. We just simply pass on the fees, okay? We don't put any extra on there. We just pass on the fees, okay? If you have your own merchant account, you're going to have fees too. The advantage, of course, of processing through us, it really doesn't matter what you do. We don't really care at all. But the advantage of using us is you don't have to do anything. There's customer service regulations and weird laws and stuff that you've got to understand as a business owner if you want to use your own merchant account. That's why we don't recommend it, because it's complicated and we like to keep things simple. You just pay the fee and you can refer people and we'll pay you. Okay? That makes sense? And we'll pay every Friday, every week. So here's how you get paid on a product sale. Okay? You've got to qualify individually for commissions on each product. There's one qualifying sale on each product. Now, there's two ways you can make the qualifying sale. You can get a retail customer, which is not an affiliate. A retail customer is somebody who's buying the product, who wants the product for the product, who is not also trying to resell it, who's not paying the fee. If that person buys the product and then decides to upgrade to be an affiliate, they would no longer count. You'd have to requalify. Okay? So let's say, for example, you want to qualify in the $3,500 product. Well, your first sale you refer is going to pass up. Okay? Now, you could buy that, and that could be your first sale if you just buy it, if you just decide to buy it, right? Or you could get a retail customer. Well, if you get a retail customer to the $3,500 product, and they go through the product and they say, you know, this is cool, I want to sell this thing, and they pay the fee, then you'd be unqualified again. Okay? So there's two ways of doing it. You could maintain an active retail customer of it, and that's okay if that's what you want to do. We have people that do. Not very many, truthfully. We have more people that just will make their first sale themselves. And the reason they make their first sale themselves and they just buy it, they buy the product, they decide to buy it, is because they want to make sure they're always qualified, and they want to make sure they're qualified right away. And in my opinion, is the easiest way to do it. However, you can do it by selling stuff. Does that make sense to you? Okay? So you could buy it or you could sell one to a retail customer, which is not an affiliate. All right? Now, if you are not qualified on a product, okay, those commissions will skip unlimited levels up through the comp plan to the next person who's qualified. It will fall on their power line. Okay, so let me give some examples of this. Let's say we've got you here, and let's say you're not totally smart because you don't buy all the products. Now, we tell people to get all in Power Network, and getting all in, what it means is it means buying all the stuff we got. We encourage people to do that. Here's why. Let me explain it from a philosophical thing. As an affiliate, I've sold a lot of stuff outside of Empower, okay? Since I've been on the internet, since 2009. I've sold all sorts of products, all kinds of products. Personally, I have always bought and paid for every product I've sold. I've always bought and paid for every product I've sold because I don't think it's actually ethical to sell something and recommend something when you don't even know what's in it. So let's say you buy the 25, and that's it, okay? And let's say you don't have any retail customers of any of the other products either. So you're unqualified, okay? You're unqualified, all right? You're not qualified for the commissions on the other products. You could have a retail customer, you buy it, right? Which is essentially making yourself the retail customer. You can't really buy multiple copies of each of the products. We don't front-end load anything here, right? But you could buy it or you could get a retail customer, one of the two, okay? So basically you're unqualified on anything but the 25 at the moment. Now you could qualify in the future, but at the moment you're unqualified. So that means that you have got a Powerline sponsor on the 25. You don't have a Powerline sponsor on anything else because you're unqualified on those commission plans. So here's what happens. Let's say you start referring people and you refer Bob and Bob buys the 25. Well, then you refer Susan, right? And Susan passes up, right, on the 25. But Susan could still be connected to you on the other product. So let's say Susan, she also buys the 100, right? She buys the $100 product. This sale, if you were qualified, would have gone to you. Would have gone to you, okay? But because you're not qualified, this sale and also all of the power lines coming from that sale, unlimited levels down, also pass up because you're not qualified. Because you're not qualified. Now, this could have been a retail sale if she is not an affiliate. Okay, if she's just buying the products, it could have been a retail sale. In which case you'd be qualified unless she upgraded. In which case you'd be unqualified again. All right? Because you're not qualified, all those power lines will skip over you if you're not qualified. If you are qualified and then you're not, the power lines will reassign. Okay? Very important to understand. Now, here's the thing. Right? This sale will now skip to your sponsor, and depending on what sale it falls from, they'll either get it or it'll pass up in the comp plan. This sale could actually pass 50 levels up in the comp plan. Now, let's say she buys the 500, and she buys the 1,000, and she buys the 3,500. Well, in this case, you are and let's say she's an affiliate. Because she's an affiliate, that can't be a qualifying sale for you. Because she's an affiliate, it can't be a qualifying sale. So guess what? This means, in this instance, $600, $1,600, $4,600 in commissions are lost to you, and they're passed up. Now, here's the next important thing. This is where it gets really sexy. Not only that, but all the power lines for these products are now connected to the sponsor up there, too. Meaning that the second sale of the 100, the fourth, the sixth, and every fifth go upline, they skip over you. The second, the fourth, the sixth, and every fifth sale of the 500, they pass up to the sponsor, not to you. The second, the fourth, the sixth, and every fifth sale of the 1,000, they pass to the sponsor, not to you. The second, the fourth, the sixth, and every fifth after that of the 3,000, they pass to the sponsor, not to you, right? They pass to the sponsor, not to you. They pass to the sponsor, not to you. Now let's say you say, screw that, I'm getting all in. And let's say you go out there and you just decide to make a retail sale or buy the products, one of the two. Which, honestly, I would just buy it to make sure you're qualified. I would do that from an ethical perspective, and the reason is because I want to be ethical. Now, truthfully, we're going to be selling the shit for you, right, through our videos. I mean, just being real. I mean, we got the sales videos, we're selling all the time. People in Power Network are generally not very good salespeople, right? So we do the selling, right, on the products. You're essentially getting the traffic. But doesn't it make good sense to know what's in there? When somebody's responding back to what, can you capture your own leads here? Doesn't it make good sense? Somebody responds back and you just say, they say, what's in this thing? You say, you know, you got to listen to this audio in the Inner Circle. It changed my life. You got to listen to this audio in the Inner Circle where Dwayne Pyle talks about closing, how he closes 85% of his prospects. You got to listen to this audio in the Inner Circle called Speak Life in the World, how your words affect your unconscious belief systems and direct the course of your life. You got to listen. You got to listen. You got to see video 5 in the $500 product in the Costa Rica Mastermind Intensity, because Dave Sharp talked about in there about the 2 principles of being successful online that changed my life. I can't tell you what they are, but I'll tell you, not only is it a badass video, not only to blow my mind, but it's funny as hell. You should see it for yourself, right? You got to see where Dave Wood talks about duplication patterns in the master's course and how it applies to any business. That thing could sell to company owners for $100,000, and it'd be worth $250,000. You got to see it. You just got to see it, right? See, you'll know that if you've been through the products. You won't if you don't. So you're going to sell less, right? Plus, you're going to have to qualify through retail sales. So I'd get the retail sales. It's fine. But just buy them. Does that make sense to you? Here's what you got to do. You get 2 people a day to buy the $25 product. You say, how do I do that? 2 people a day is a lot. No, it's not. Think about it like this. Let's say a doctor, right, makes $360,000 a year, which is a decent doctor income. The average doctor does not make $360,000 a year. If you're a doctor, you know that. Let's say they profit $360,000 a year, which means they're doing like maybe $1 million in sales a year, right? Can a doctor make $360,000 a year with 2 customers a day? Maybe a surgeon. That would be it, right? Not a normal doctor. Family practitioner is not going to do this with 2 customers a day. They're going to do it with like 17 customers a day, is what I had a doctor tell me after the fees and after the government gets their hands in there and the insurance and the overhead and the employees and everything like this. They're literally going to do it after like 17 customers a day working 10 hours a day. So when I'm talking about getting 2 customers a day, I'm talking peanuts here, if you understand business. Now, if you're a wussy right now, and you're ready to graduate from wussy, let me tell you the new belief. 2 a day is easy. This whole thing I'm going to show you is easy. Okay? Because all you got to do to get 2 people a day is send people to the capture page. We have capture pages in Power Network. You send people to it. You say, hey, how do I get people to the capture page? I don't care. Somehow, right? We actually teach you different ways of marketing and getting traffic in our products. Okay? Generically. That you can apply to anything. You can apply that here and you can get it to the capture page. You can do it by blogging. That's how I've always done it. Dave Sharp's always bought traffic. Right? We got a guy, Shakir Hussain, he buys traffic. Lawrence Tam, he buys traffic. He outsources. Right? Chris Record, he blogs. Justin Berenji, he blogs. Aaron Rashkin, he drives traffic. Tracy Walker does both. Some people do both, some people do one or the other. We have all these strategies. When you decide to buy, what do? Get 2 people a day. How? Get people to the capture page. How many people do you get to the capture page? Probably 100 or 150 to see it. And then about, 30% will opt in, 60% will opt in, depending on the page. And then out of those, you'll get about 1 in 15 to 1 in 30, depending on where the traffic's coming from. Okay? That's how. So figure out what your numbers are and get 2 a day. You say, Dave, I don't think that's hard. Well, okay. At least it's not as hard as being a doctor. How many people do you think they need to see an advertisement to get 17 patients a day in the door? I'll tell you, it's a hell of a lot harder than getting 2 people a day to join for 25, and it costs more to go to the doctor, doesn't it? And you don't go unless you're sick. So they got to target the sick people, and you got to get healthy people in the deal. You know what I'm saying? See, I actually, people sell all sorts of stuff at Empower. I actually think it's cool. We're not like a vitamin deal or something like that, because we got to get the people in who don't need vitamins, because they're just teasing for all those of you who are in vitamin. How to get 2 people a day. Get people to the capture page. How? I don't care. Take the 15K formula as a product. Okay, that's our traffic product. It's easy to get traffic to anything. Take that product and take one thing out of the many vast options in there and use that to get traffic. Chuck Marshall buys magazine ads. Matt Ziden, he does direct mail. I don't care how you get traffic. Get traffic. And don't say, I don't have a list, because none of us did. I'm not talking about bringing in 100 people at once, which is what you do if you got a list. I'm talking about getting 2 every single day by buying traffic or by blogging. One of the 2. We have a plan for that, by the way. And fast start, and it's sexy. So you get traffic. So we have you here. And here's what you want to do. You want to get 2 people a day. 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 Now there's a second part of the formula. I want you to get people a day to the 25. Right? I'm not saying get 2 people a day to get all on. I'm saying get 2 people a day in the 25. We've done this since we launched Empower Network. It's easy. It's super easy. Some of these guys are going to upgrade. They're going to become affiliates. Some of them are not. Who gives a shit? Who does what? Doesn't matter. Get 2 people a day in. The product is cool. It's easy to sell. There's no resistance to it because it's only $25. So if somebody says, well, I don't know about it, you say, well, then don't be a wussy. Just get in if you don't know about it and figure it out and do it for a month. If you don't like it, quit and get out, because we don't like wussies. They say, okay, and they get in. There's no spouse objection to that. It's easy to do because it's $25. Now, a certain percentage of them are going to refer others without upgrading, without making a retail sale. A certain percentage of them are going to be customers. A certain percentage will be distributors. A certain percent are going to buy everything, right? A certain percent will just keep upgrading, right? So what happens is you just get 2 a day at the 25, 2 a day at the 25, 2 a day at the 25, 2 a day at the 25. Then all of a sudden, 5 people one day, they upgrade, they buy the 100, right? They start buying the 100. Now, I actually get 87% of the people who buy the 25 to buy the 100. Yeah. 100 a month. So we've referred several thousand people in Empower Network, 2/3 of which are paying $100 a month. It's a lot of money. Lawrence Tam actually came to me and said, Dave, this is six months ago. He says, Dave, I gotta tell you something, brother. I just passed $100,000 in commissions on just the $100 a month product. And I was like, you're shitting me. He said, how long we started? He's like, 7 months, man. All right, 100 a month is a lot of money. See, so on the 25 and the 100, think about it like this. 125, 100 people paid into that is $12,500 a month without any pass-ups or any big sales. So you can actually make a lot of money with just those 2. Now, here's where it gets really sexy. People will keep buying and keep upgrading and keep getting all in, 5 and 10 levels down. And what I'm going to tell you to do is get 2 a day and blog daily and follow the 8 core steps. We have 8 core steps of a leader in the Fast Start training when you become an affiliate. Get in now. Just hit the button and buy if you ain't in. Just buy. You get it? We had 4 affiliates make over $100,000 a month. 4. Okay? We've only got, 20-something thousand active customers. 25,000, I think. 27,000. We have 4 over $100,000 a month. In a normal direct sales company, to have 4 people in a month make over $100,000 a month. Did you know that to do that in a normal deal, did you know that it would take about 300,000 customers? We have 20-something thousand active. It's because we pay 100% commissions. There's a big, sexy hunkin' difference between 20 and 30% commissions and 100% commissions. There's a big difference. There's a big difference between pass-up sales that are coming from 5 levels down and pass-up sales that all go to the company. Those don't go to the company. Those get paid out in our comp plan. Some of them go to the company. A very small percentage. Most of them get paid out in the comp plan. Okay? We're affiliates like you. Using this comp plan, getting 2 a day, last month, our affiliate account that passes up 2, 4, 6, and every 5th sale to the company Our affiliate account made $361,000. How? We get 2 a day and follow the 8 core steps. How are you going to do it? Get 2 people a day and follow the 8 core steps. A day for the 25, follow the 8 core steps. The 8 core steps will help you get significantly higher upgrades, okay? And it'll help you build a good team culture, which is important. And getting 2 a day is going to be the lifeblood that fuels your growth. Now, I can't guarantee you're going to make any amount of money. Here's what I can guarantee, though. If you get 2 a day for a while and aren't making $30,000 a month after 90 days or so, if you're following the 8 core steps, I'll coach you for free. Look, I make a lot of money I don't coach. Some people say, Dave, you know, how do I don't really do a lot of coaching because nobody ever takes me up on that offer because everybody who's doing it is making the money. Right? Maybe you could do that now. It's time to make a decision and just get in. And I mean, isn't it time to just get in, just make a decision to join? Isn't it time for you to just pull out your credit card and buy? I think so. Look, you say, Dave, why should I get in? You get in because you ain't no wussy, are you? I mean, are you a wussy or no? You know what I mean? There's 2 types of people in life. There's people who are wussies and people who are badasses, right? You got, on this side, you got wussies, and on this side, you got badasses. Now, what's the difference between a wussy and a badass? Well, I'll tell you what the difference is, real quick. A wussy is someone who makes excuses about everything. Everything that they can't do or accomplish. There's a reason for it, a good one. Dave, I was gonna get rich online, but I was walking down the street and I stubbed my toe on a pebble and I saw it as a sign from the gods to not get in now. Dave, I was going to get rich online, and I actually got in, but you know what? You said boner in the video, and I don't like boners. Dave, I was going to get rich online, and I was going to buy now. You know what, though? I was going to pull out my credit card, and I got a paper cut on my finger, and I decided not to get rich. Dave, I was gonna get rich, but every night I'm just sitting there, I'm trying to blog online, and, you know, I've been in for 3.5 minutes, and I'm not rich yet. There's wussies in life. Let's just put them over there, because you ain't no damn wussy, are you? I mean, you can't even watch this thing if you're a wussy, because you just get so offended, you leave. I do that for a reason. I want to offend the wussies away. Because you don't want them in. Trust me. They're just awful. They're great, like, you know, employees sometimes. They work in Safeway and Walmart and they get paid $10 an hour, but they're not $30,000 a month people like you are when you register for the webinar now. Go ahead, hit the button and register for the webinar now. Now, badass and a damn wussy. Well, a badass, what's the difference? They don't make excuses about nothing. They might fail for a while. That's okay. Because you won't see them complaining about it on Facebook. You won't see them whining about it to their friends and family. You won't see them quitting like a wussy. You won't see them getting in and saying, I'm gonna dip my toe in the water and just get a 25. They say, I'm gonna get all in. We say do 8 things and get 2 a day, and they say, okay. Now, you say, yeah, you have my permission. You say, okay, let's do it. And, you know, they just find a way to do it. Now, it's okay if they don't succeed immediately, if they don't have success instantly, if they don't have commissions deposited in their bank account the very first hour they're in. It's okay if they don't have $3,000 pass-up sales coming from 20 levels down, 30 levels. It's okay if that doesn't happen that moment. Because they're a damn badass. You know what badasses do? Here's what they do. Say there's a brick wall with spikes in it. And their goal's on the other side. And they can't get around the wall. It's too big. What a badass does? They walk up right to that wall with spikes. They just break their head right through the spikes. And the spikes just bounce off their badass forehead. They just make a decision. Show you the Empower way. Hit the button and join. So see you on the beaches of the world. Sinking your toes into the hot sand, looking out over crystal blue oceans and Bora Bora like I was at last year, and just saying, isn't this badass? Yes? You are.